What's up, people? This is part 2 to Nintendo versus Stupidity, and we're going to pick up where we left off. Now, if you didn't see the first video, please go back and check that out. I will try to upload it, or I will upload it. I don't know. Shoot, it's in my channel. You can go just check it out, but I'll upload it. I'll upload it for your convenience. Let me say that. And you can check out the first video. Now, where we left off was how third party knows, or how out of these three companies, only Microsoft and Sony are vitally dependent upon third party support. Nintendo is an independent company that doesn't solely rely on third party. Now, I said I was going to explain the double talking Cliffy B was doing, and most of these journalists do. But let's deal with Cliffy B, because here it is, a person who formerly worked for a company that not only made engines or developed engines for different developers and game making companies, third party game makers, but they also made games as well, being, made because they made Gears of War for Microsoft. Now, Cliffy B knows the behind the scenes stuff. Cliffy B knows that unlike Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo's IPs are sealed in stone. It's like this. You look at Walt Disney and you look at the Disney characters. And you can also add Looney Tunes in this as well. No matter how many new cartoons hit the scene, no matter how many new characters come up out of the minds of some creator, SpongeBob with Nickelodeon and all the other characters that are new to the scene, no matter what they do, they will never trump Mickey Mouse. They will never trump Donald Duck. They will never trump Goofy. They'll never trump Minnie Mouse. They'll never trump none of these characters that Disney has, because Disney has established those characters. Those are iconic characters. Nintendo has iconic characters. Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong. And then you have the more newer that are starting to flirt with iconic levels of fame with F-Zero and Star Fox. Then you have the new stuff like Wii Sports, who took the world by storm. Nintendo doesn't need third parties to establish their system nor their brand. Whereas Halo with Xbox has become iconic in a way, but it's not iconic like Mario. Everybody knows Mario. It don't matter who you are, from a grandma to a little kid that's just now coming on the scene. Most of them are familiar with that character. He is like Mickey Mouse. He's like Bugs Bunny. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't tell you who this dude was. They couldn't tell you who Halo was. They can't tell you who this dude was. They couldn't tell you who God of War was. So, Cliffy B knows that. And that's what they hate about Nintendo, because Nintendo does not have to cater to what they want. Nintendo doesn't have to jump to. Nintendo doesn't have to smooch booty. Nintendo doesn't have to kiss up. Nintendo deals on their own terms. And if it don't work out, let's look at the Crysis and the Crytek and Crysis 3 and EA. Crytek said they had Crysis 3 up and running on the Wii U, and it was beautiful. But because of souring relationships between EA and Nintendo, the game got canceled, or the game got shelved, or the game got terminated. Now, let's look at it for real. What happened for real? Somewhere in there, Nintendo didn't play ball with EA on something. Now, most are saying it was with Origin, Probably might have been. Also, what I think it might have been the Origin made them mad. And then I believe that EA tried to muscle Nintendo into funding the project themselves. And Nintendo told them, no, we're not going to fund it. We're not going to advertise. We're not going to give you money to put this game on our system. So EA didn't put the game out. Now, Microsoft and Sony can't gamble like that. Because they need because if Crysis is coming out on Sony, Microsoft won't Crysis on the Xbox because it's on Sony, because they're fighting for third-party support. Nintendo is just if you want to, the option is there for you. If you don't, who cares? I don't need you. I can put out a Mario game right now and it'll do everything I need. I never need you. All I gotta do is pull out one of my iconic IPs, like Disney. All I gotta pull out is a Mickey Mouse or a Donald Duck and put them on. I can put you know what I'm saying, any other character they have, you know, Peter Pan, whatever they got, we can put them out there, or we just make up a new IP, and because of our brand, we gonna sell good. We don't need y'all. Nintendo says, I don't need y'all, just make a game. I just make something. I just put it out there, and it'll sell, and it'll do what we need to do for that moment. And our fans will wait through the hard time of having no games because they know the games are coming. Microsoft nor Sony can do that. So that's how Cliffy B is double talking, because he knows that they would love to have that same presence, that same effect on Nintendo that they have on Microsoft and Sony. Then you get to folks like these journalists, like Adam Sessler and all them. Let me break down to how they're stupid and the stupidity that come out their mouth. How many times do we have to be in the same scenario, and how many times do we have to hear the doom and gloom message from a journalist who knows for a fact that once Nintendo first-party IPs start to roll out, the whole tide is going to change? People say, I had this dude under my comment section telling me that Nintendo was a fad and the Wii was a fad and Wii Sports was a fad. Oh, okay. All right, we'll see. I know history has proven that Nintendo knows how to promote and how to push their brand. Wii Sports ain't no fad. When Wii Sports U come out, guarantee you it's going to sell like buttloads. It's going to do everything Nintendo needs and wants it to do. When Mario Kart Wii U come out, Nintendo is going to sell, go in overdrive. It's going to be crazy. And if you don't believe it, go look at what happened with the 3DS. Same scenario. So, they know, but the problem is Sony, even though Sony is a Japanese company, Sony plays game like Americans. Microsoft operate and deal like American mindsets deal. Flashy, big, boastful, brag, all this stuff. That's what they do. And because they cater to the journalists, they cater to, you know, all these different websites. They make sure they give them exclusive content and sit down and do interviews and whoop the blase. Nintendo doesn't do that. Nintendo does stuff on their own terms. That's why you got Nintendo Direct. That's why they present their own stuff. They don't allow the journalists to have information that somebody else does. They don't share nothing. They give it on their terms because they're not hampered or locked down to the same position that Xbox and Sony is. Now, so Adam Sessler's point of view comes from a disdain because I'm pretty sure somewhere Nintendo didn't play ball with some interview or journalistic aspect of what he does in his career. Nintendo didn't play ball. Nintendo didn't give them what they want. Nintendo is kind of tight-lipped. Nintendo doesn't share anything. I heard Marcus Beer on a game trailer say these same lines. Nintendo is this, that, and the other. But when they sent him the Wii U, then all of a sudden he started to praise Nintendo, and all of a sudden his tune changed when they gave him a free Wii U. But before that, he couldn't stand the Wii U. See what I'm saying? Because Nintendo does not cater to these guys. I'll give you a system when I'm ready to give you a system. I send you a game to review, and then I put a no disclosure on it, and you can't say nothing about it until I get ready for you to say something about it. Where they had to play by different rules, and they don't like that because Sony and Microsoft caters to them. Sony and Microsoft gives them what they want, tries to warm them up to make sure and secure good results, good reviews, good conversation, good hype and promotion of their company, where Nintendo knows I got these people in my back pocket. They love Mario. That's why they want them to go third party. They don't want to lose Mario. They don't want to lose Zelda. They don't want to lose Metroid. But they just don't want to have to buy a Nintendo system to play it no more. They want Nintendo to have to play by the rules that everybody else play, because Nintendo is in a whole nother stratosphere of networking, of business decision. They don't have to move like these other two. So it's all stupidity. It's all dumb. It's all foolish to think Nintendo, out of all these companies, that Nintendo would be the one that is going to go third party. The oldest, the one that survived, the one that's been here the longest, the one that has iconic characters, the one that has more first party games that push this, that keeps their system afloat and keeps their system relevant than any other system in the market. The most creative, the most innovative. The ones that take more chances, more risk with what they do, the ones who push the industry forward, the ones who keep gaming relevant, will be the ones that y'all want to push out of the gaming industry or the game industry. It makes no sense. It boggles the mind. It's not even logical. It doesn't make any kind of sense. Now, you don't have to like Nintendo first party, but no real gamer would ever say they don't like Nintendo first party. Cause the difference between a real gamer and what a lot of these folks, a lot of y'all are just first person shooters. That's what y'all like. Y'all like the Halos, y'all like the Call of Duties. That's what y'all like. But real gamers would never say they don't like Nintendo first party. They might not like every Nintendo first party franchise, but they'd never say they don't like none. You would never hear that come out of a real gamer's mouth. But I'm finna close this down. It's Nintendo versus stupidity. In this YouTube community, in the journalist world, and in the development world, all around, Nintendo is the only one playing by their own rules. They're not even within the same. You shouldn't even mention Nintendo with these two guys. Nintendo plays by their own rules. They just happen to be in the field of games. But when it comes down to the rules, Nintendo has its own playing rules, its own play field. These two play in the same field. That's why they running back and forth with power and all these different things. Remember the HD versus Blu-ray? Remember that? Remember that race? Xbox was going HD. Sony had Blu-ray. Was Nintendo even nowhere? No, Nintendo wasn't tripping off of none of that. Nintendo still didn't put video, didn't put the ability to watch a DVD on their system. Y'all say, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not. They got Netflix. They got Hulu. Don't need it. So, in the end, Nintendo versus stupidity. It's all stupid to think that Nintendo, out of all the companies, out of all these companies, to think Nintendo will be the company that's going to go the way of the dodo. It's not like Sega. The problem with Sega is Sega made a lot of stupid decisions, was making systems too fast. But Sega and Nintendo are the last true gaming systems. And Nintendo is not going anywhere. And I can tell you the truth, and not trying to be funny, Microsoft ain't going nowhere. Sony, on the other hand, this generation is really going to be a test for Sony with the plan that they have so far. I'm just calling it like I see it. I see another. To me, I believe I must be finna see another situation with the PS3. I believe it's going to be a great system. I plan on getting a system, like I said, if it's in my price range. But at the same time, they better hope and pray that Microsoft goes with the same level of power and price tag. Because if Microsoft go on a lesser price tag, it's going to be a problem for Sony. But anyway, this is part 2. Peace. Like, subscribe, follow, leave your comments, all that jazz. Peace. Chicken grease, mashed potato gravy. Your boy Levelhead is out. 100.